stretch.
Just walking in.
Oh, they have the medallion now.
They have the medallion, and they may just know that Secret don't have smokes based on how many they used earlier in the game, but
this ward spots them.
Uh-oh. Well, does it matter? Does Secret actually get here in time? They're starting to bring S4, and they have vision on him, so they know that the rotation's coming. Wildkin Tornado looking to be the MVP. Used to be a big thing in these fights. S4 will be scouted by it, and so Secret really beginning to group up. The BKB of Arteezy is ready. Roche gets pretty dangerously low here, not dead quite yet, and now the jump forward from CTY into Puppey, almost instantly bursts him down, but he does get half slept up by Kuro. Saved for now, mechs up, stays alive, the charge forward, there's the curse, isolating S4, and bringing him down through BKB. Arteezy with his own BKB, but not doing that much damage during this time. Will they be able to hang on and turn this fight? There's no egg mono once again. ZYF getting put under. Arteezy again moving forward. The BKB of ZYF about to wear off. Track is there, but they've really used all the resources throughout the Phoenix Egg. How can they hope to fight this? And now they sleep ZYF. They charge it again and club him with the lantern. The jagged glass will ultimately send him back to the well, but he's going to buy back on the gyrocopter, and they really are going to commit everything they've got for this Roshan. They already threw a lot in, and they want to do a little bit more. They know they have the egg available still around the pit. The BKBs from Secret are down, and eHome may end up taking the Roche for free here. Even with the buyback, still a gold win for them. And now they get the prized Aegis onto CTY, who did not die in that fight, and is up to 12 Bloodstone charges, suddenly level 17.
Yeah, this is a ticking time bomb right now for Secret, because every single time they kind of take an even fight but they don't feel that Storm Spirit, they have to be so worried. So that Bloodstone counter is getting quite high. He's got 1200 gold on top of that, and Lanem is finally getting near that level 2 track, but in Secret, the main problem there, I think, was that they showed themselves on the map. They knew that Kuro was pretty far away using this ward. They actually mass pinged him. They're like, go on S4 right now. We don't have to do the Roshan. Just take the 4v5 fight. Then we'll do the Roche. We have the dire side advantage, and this is the real strength of being on the dire side and doing Roshan. You can buy back and get there incredibly fast. I think the only person on Team Secret with Boots of Travel is Arteezy, and even then, you've only got that tier 2 bottom to GP2. You're not going to be there in time to contest it.
And we also saw the power of not having smokes as well as the track. They had a track on S4 off the bat, so they knew he was coming in. And they also, it seemed like, just knew that Secret wouldn't be able to smoke into the pit at all, so maybe they could have gotten a better jump, but wasn't really the case. And that was a fight without a Phoenix ultimate. No Supernova there. Could have been very scary for Secret if he had mana. And it's getting to the point where RTK he's really crippled in this regard. But onto the middle lane, there's the jump on Puppey. The silence is there for the Arcane defensive sleep. Kuro was looking for it, but he couldn't quite get it off. Now they want to take this fight. Bait out the egg off the bat, but the Wizard's curse prevents them from killing it. And now Secret gets the back. The egg's gonna go off. They're blasting him with the Phoenix Ray and forcing S4 off of the fight. Arteezy has Requiem Mana though. BKB is starting to wear off. Can they turn this one around? He gets the first kill on RTK. He looks for more, but he's too low. That shit laid into him. Kept under, stays alive. DDC with the big bailout. And eHome hunting Secret down. They've almost got S4 as well. He's gonna die again. The lone survivor, Arteezy Shadow Feeds. The combo just so strong for eHome.
I just want to point out that shuriken toss from Lanem. He throws it at one target, 4 others are tracked up, it bounces around, finally snipes Bane at the end of it, and what a dominant fight for eHome. They don't even lose the Aegis there.
He actually did more damage than anyone except for his own gyrocopter. That's with a full duration Phoenix Egg going off, a storm in the fight. Oh, jeez.
He played that so well, and CTY all the way up to 13 Bloodstone charges. They're even going to take that tier 2 tower. Even though it's denied, it's just the momentum shift. You can feel that eHome, they know they're ahead now in this game. Even if everything doesn't reflect it, they know the momentum is in their favor. They've got the late game items. Eventually Arteezy's going to have to replace that mech. You've got a BKB that's only 6 seconds now, and you don't really have the best way to deal with the Winner's Curse.
And now they're looking for the insurance policy as well, stacking up the Ancients. It's still relatively early here, 33 minutes in. We've only gotten into the mid-game at this point. ZYF has completed his MKB. This is despite the buyback around the Roche pit. He still managed to cobble that together. CTY also getting close to his next big item, up to nearly 2k gold. And well, you just look at the way these teams came into this tournament. With eHome, a team that had to make it through the qualifier, they ultimately took down CDEC rather convincingly. This jump right now, gigantic leap forward, looking for the solo pick on Zai mid lane. I don't think he gets this one though. In fact, he slept. He could be gripped here and turned against. He has the Aegis though. Do you want to commit that much just on an Aegis? Secret say no, we don't. But yeah, Blitz, you come back to the way these teams got here, and eHome, it looked like they might even go into the lower bracket going into the last day, but they got the wins they needed, and here they are, coming back versus Secret on the main stage in Key Arena. Still an even game in terms of golden experience, but even, as you've been saying, feels good for eHome.
Yeah, 2,500 is the mark that they're behind right now, but again, you want to be in this type of situation where the mech doesn't really add too much to Secret's lineup anymore, and the supports that they have are not nearly as effective as the ones that eHome has.
And you can see the farm starting to kick in on these supports. You look at DDC, who's now, in terms of net worth, topping the support farm chart and starting to close in on Zai's offlane Spirit Breaker. He's got a Glimmer Cape, a Solar Crest. This Storm, this Gyrocopter are going to get so much harder to kill, and we saw last fight, as always, the power of a Winter Wyvern to just cold embrace a teammate in the fight. They couldn't scratch him.
But Arteezy, he's still got a monster amount of farm right now. We shouldn't discount that, even though he
Home of the Dominator. This is going to be a 6-slot SF if this game goes on 10-15 minutes.
And once he has a Satanic, he's going to be incredibly hard to take down. He does deny that tier 2 tower at top, realizing it's incredibly low. Walks by, just gives it the one tap. But
so if you're Secret right now, you look at the way the last fight went, like what is the key to disrupting the eHome team fight?
You have to charge on in, hit multiple targets, and not allow that Winter's Curse Phoenix Egg combo to go off. I talked about it early on. I said, it's not working right now, but eventually, if they hit that combination, it's going to be incredibly powerful against the BKBs of Secret, and you're seeing it time and time again. Their heroes are stacked up. S4 is wasting his BKB timer on it, so is Arteezy, and they have to spread a little bit better and not get hit by so many spells. Also, somebody has to keep track of CTY. It's not even about killing him in the beginning of the fight, but it's about being aware of where he is, who he's going for, and just keeping that. I don't know, it's really weird to say.
He's now got a Lincoln Sphere is the problem. Like, they can't charge him, at least not first. They can't reliably grip him. You talk about keeping him under control, but this Storm it's getting very difficult to even hit once. They're going to have to do their best here. They do have a BKB on Zai now. He's going for the courier snipe, and CTY will claim it, taking away.
That's a full AC.
Full AC. Oh, goodness. S4 actually, I believe, still has buyback even through that.
That could have been a huge game changer, though, because eHome, their only real physical damage dealers are that Storm and that Gyrocopter, and that would have really limited the damage that CTY could do, but being able to go for it, and CTY knows that Arteezy's there. I think he knows he's alone, too.
Uh-oh. Arteezy's in pretty deep right now. Illusion's going to scout him on the way out. Do they want to jump for this? Hell yes, CTY says, I would love to make this leap, but he's really committing. Running low on mana. Doesn't have detection right now. He falls in yet again to get the track on Zai, and eHome just hunt after Secret. They do manage back, and they're going to follow this one up. Then comes the track. Out goes the homing missile, and Secret get forced all the way back towards the well. Arteezy should be able to make it out here, but he's going to have to hoof it. Just the posture, the sheer posture from Secret, so defensive right now.
Yeah, that was a Storm that ran in with most of his mana and doesn't even care. They're just playing with reckless abandon. They realize the type of position they're in. They want to continue to push their advantage and just not let Secret get back into this game. And Secret, they do still have the heroes to do it, but their supports are going to have to play perfectly. It's going to rely a lot on how Puppey decides to use his Grave, how he decides to use that Weave. The Glimmer Cape on him is still really clutch to be able to save him. The gem is only on the Winter Wyvern, so he has to be really careful about how he casts it. But if they can blow up the Winter Wyvern before he gets his Winter's Curse off, which is what they were doing in the earlier fights, then I still see a really good chance for them in these fights, but that Winter's Curse is so brutal to them.
It's almost level 3 as well. He's getting so much experience on the Wyvern now. About to hit level 16, and he gets a Blink. So now he can be even more mobile in the fights, and not a hero you normally are going to even be able to find for a charge, let alone be able to prioritize it. And Secret. It was something that was discussed by the analysts quite a bit in the early stages of the draft. Was normally they prioritize not only AOE for wave play, but also just a little more team fight. And they have quite a bit of team fight from Arteezy, but as far as lockdown and control, it's just got to be crisp execution from them.
I mean, that's what you sacrificed in the lineup. When they decided to go for that 5-man style where they were going to shut out CTY early, it worked incredibly well just because they knew that eHome couldn't approach them. But as the fights went later and later, once CTY picks up his Bloodstone, you get your level 6 on both of your supports, it becomes incredibly hard for them to take that fight. And I just want to give a shout out to ROTK. That egg in the jungle where he was just pushing it to the absolute limit. We thought he was going to be unable to get off that egg, but it was just such a game changer. And now you're consistently seeing him get it off. You were talking about how he couldn't in the beginning of the game. Now it's just...
and he just goes in deep. CTY punishing Puppey, gets slept up. Will it dodge the damage? No. Loses the gem. Curl. No, they haven't grabbed it. CTY with double gems, literally balling out of control in this game, styling on Secret, and that is big. The map control advantage that Secret have been just scrapping for all game, it's going to be removed with this pickup.
I'm impressed. I mean, he's just been a monster on this map ever since he's got his item set. The fact that he was able to dive in with 2 heroes backing up that Dazzle, they weren't interested in fighting either. They were just trying to get their Dazzle out of there. That's how they realized.
They even want the TP scroll. It's a bold mission for the courier. I mean, it looks like he didn't quite get vision on it. They're going to send it back in the end.
And eHome.
I haven't seen Secret get out of the map in a while. They've been kind of cobbled into their own base here.
Oh, the second courier snipe!
Again! Ladham striking deep, and this one also with a huge payload. 2,400 gold on that courier. That Secret just can't catch a break, and well, they're looking for more kills. CTY again with the leap, and because he's got the Lincoln Spear, they can't even focus him now with a Soul Burn in him. They get him with the Shuriken, and now looking for Zai as well. They're swinging in from the south with RTK. There's not a whole lot of stuns left. They're going to nether strike him on the way out. Zai says, "Get me out of here," and they will dodge the cooldown. Finally, CTY runs out of mana, and the chase halts, but the damage is done. And you see the way the game has turned and what it's become. It's become Secret unable to deal with a rampaging CTY, jumping them from halfway across the map, usually solo, with no fear, and the supports just, they can't be on their own.
Yeah.
They can't even be next to their teammates at the time.
The problem is if you decide to split up and farm the map, yes, you're farming a lot faster, but it's liable to just CTY flies in halfway across the map. I mean, I've seen that story before, but if you decide to group up, then he'll just split push, take your jungle, and then you can't gank him. That's what Lonam was for. He was just the guy who took the brunt of the ganks, but he doesn't really care because it's a level 9. Now
look at this. Are you serious, CTY? Again, he leaps on Zai, and he commits once more with an Aegis. They'll commit a Winter's Curse just to secure this kill. The Grave comes out for Puppey, but Zai, he's not even trying to TP. Looks for the charge out. Can he make it? A blink, a leap. You can't run from heaven. All the lightning gods on display here. CTY doing his best Zeus impression will get the kill.
It's so hard to stop him now with 15 Bloodstone charges. It's like 50 mana a second almost. Once he picks up, I think he should go for a Hex next, or even something like the Shiva's gun. I would really like the Shivas. There's not a whole lot of attack speed items on the side of Secret. Yeah, I guess you have a Butterfly and an AC, but it would help a lot just for the rest of his team. And the AoE effect of the slow as you jump in is so strong in combination with the Storm Roll Red. And Secret, look at their positioning. They have to 5-man together at all times.
You very rarely see this from Secret, even if they're losing the game, but it's just the nature of the Storm in this game. They don't have much lockdown for him, and well, it certainly doesn't help that one of their heroes are dead, but now it's going to be DDC's turn to look for a bit of D-warding. CTY leaves him hanging. Should be able to get that gem vision. DDC's getting a little irritated here. Come on, buddy. Let's clean up this ward. We'll do so. Just missing the regen rune that it's on top, but doesn't have the bottle any longer.
And CTY, he's just going to look to jump one of these supports in the back. He doesn't really care. He just wants to make the fight 4v5 as fast as possible.
And it just makes it so easy for RTK. He can just sit back and wait for a good time to egg. He doesn't have to force it anymore.
CTY does that job for him now.
The Lincoln's pick feels like it's been a really nice item this game, and it's not often you see a lineup that literally is nothing except single target lockdown, but this is it. As the graph just plummets against Secret. We're now looking at almost a 20,000 gold swing over the past 10-15 minutes. To jump in on RTZ to start off, they have a Winter's Curse waiting for the opportunity, but DDC patiently holds it, realizing that wouldn't have been a multiple hero curse. They can do this again soon. The Ball Lightning always at the ready. The Vortex going out in 5.